Trade settlement refers to the completion of the agreed-upon transaction. Settlement is a crucial stage as it represents actual exchange of value. Settlement therefore requires careful management. Broadly speaking, there are two types of settlement method. The first is delivery versus payment, DVP, which refers to settlement whereby securities are only delivered if payment is made, and payment is only made if securities are delivered. For example, if a trade involves the purchase of shares of a stock, then both the cash and shares are exchanged at the same time. Second is free of payment, FOP, refers to settlement whereby the delivery of securities and payment of funds take place separately. This form of settlement is risky for the counterparties that delivers first, as the other counterparty may not deliver. The common approach through which value dates are set is known as a rolling settlement. In this approach, the value date is a fixed number of days after the trade date. Settlement date is the date that counterparties actually exchange cash for securities. It may differ from the intended settlement date or value date. If a trade does not settle on the date that it was contractually scheduled to take place, then a settlement fail has occurred. Note that the value date and settlement date should be the same. However, in practice, this is not always the case. Value date deadlines can be missed due to delays in any of the required procedures, errors related to the details of the trade, or time zone mismatches. The projected time between trade date and the value date is referred to as T plus number of working days. Remember, weekends do not count. Until May 2024, the standard for most markets was T plus 2, except for US Treasuries and some other fixed income securities that settled on T plus 1 basis. In May 2024, the US moved to T plus 1 for all markets. T plus 2 means that the value date is 2 business days after the trade date. So if the trade date is Wednesday and the value date is Friday, the time between the trade date and the value date, 2 days in this example, is the settlement cycle. The settlement cycle is a source of a number of risks, including counterparty risk. For example, an institution and a hedge fund agree to a transaction in which the institution sells a given share to the hedge fund for $100. The settlement cycle is T plus 2 and the trade day is Monday. The value date is therefore Wednesday. The institution must deliver the share on Wednesday, and the hedge fund must pay the purchase price of $100. But if the share price falls to $80 on Wednesday and the hedge fund fails to pay the purchase price of $100, then the institution suffers a loss of $20. The counterparty risk associated with the settlement cycle can be reduced by shortening the cycle. With a shorter settlement cycle, there is less opportunity for prices to change between the trade date and the value date, and therefore institutions such as the one that we saw in the example face less exposure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.